I think I'm okay with it, to be honest. I think that we could be in a stronger position, but I'm not overly worried because I do feel that we have the bases there for quite a strong League Two squad. I think that my issues in terms of what we need, um, I think that we could still do with another centre half. I do feel that Davis and Turnbull okay, but Davis has not got a perfect fitness record and Turnbull's not got a perfect disciplinary record. So we do need we need another option at centre half there. Um, Other than that, I think we look very light up front. I think we look very, very light up front. I don't think that Chris Dennis has got much chance of featuring. I think that if there's any interest for him whatsoever from the club, then off he'll go. So it does seem that we're light up there. I think that and the fact that if Norris were to get injured again, I mean we just don't have anybody available. So I think up front looks really key to me. Centre back looks key as well. What I do find of interest is that apparently there should be what was it, 8 or 9 signings coming in. Um, so I mean, it's hard to talk about Matt because you feel that you just we've got no idea what the club are doing. I'm not against that. Like I said earlier, I'm not against this veil of secrecy because you don't want other clubs to know who we're targeting. And because let's face it, most of the rumours on Twitter are rubbish and are started by agents anyway. But um, I think we're in an okay position. Genuinely, I think we've got the skeleton of a good team. If we were to go out in August with McGee, O'Connor, Wood, Davis, Turnbull as the back five, and then we'd have Morris, Jennings, Finley, let's say Hendry in midfield, Norris up front. We need another forward, clearly, but that's not a bad first 11 for League Two, with Brad Walker on the bench as well. So I think we're okay.
Well, you say it's not a
But
bad first 11, but generally speaking, we'll take Norris out because Norris obviously didn't play
mm,
much last season, and we'll take Finley out because he wasn't a Tranmere player.
yeah,
But the other 8 players that you mentioned there, they lost half their games in League Two last year, so they're not that great a team.
fair point. It's a fair point. Yeah, it's a fair point. But I do feel that well, I do feel that Jennings and McGee are blameless pretty much for losing all those games. Okay, as a goalkeepers who lost some games, but I don't think anyone would blame him particularly. Um, I feel that there was an uptick in form under Adkins when he became permanent with a lot of those players. But I think it's a very valid point. I can't argue that we lost far too many games, which is why I say maybe a key signing is another centre back that will challenge the comfort zone of the two first choice players. So yeah, I think that's fair enough. But I think for me, another forward is absolutely key. I think we need to sign somebody who's going to put the ball in the net, and with the best one in the world, that's not going to be Harvey Saunders. You know, I think Norris and Saunders is not going to strike fear into anyone's heart apart from the home fans because that's just not a partnership that's going to score a lot of goals. I don't think. I think I like Saunders. I like his work rate. I like him off the bench to cause problems to uh, the opposition, or when we're holding on to a lead away from home to have an outball, a lot of pace. I'm really glad that he signed on, but I certainly would not want to go into August with him starting up front because I mean we're going to be lucky if we get 8 goals off him next season. This might come back to bite me in the arse. This is where he bags 30 goals and we sell him for 3 million, but I can't see it personally. I can't see it.
What kind of striker are you looking for? Obviously, you've got Norris who can hold the ball up. He's good in the air. He's good with his back to goal. You've got Saunders who's got pace to burn, but maybe isn't as good as finishing as we'd like. You've got Christian Dennis who, I mean, let's be honest, if you get him in the penalty area and you get him full of confidence, he is actually pretty good at putting the ball in the back of the net. The problem is Tranmere wanted to play him out wide most of last season and destroyed his confidence, and he wasn't really match fit when he did get a go. So those are your three main central forward options. What kind of striker are you looking for in terms of their attributes? And I don't just want you to tell me someone who's going to put the ball in the back of the net 20 times.
Um, well, that's a given, isn't it? But I think I think someone with a bit more mobility. I mean, if you put Harvey Saunders' pace and energy into Chris Dennis's finishing, if we could somehow blend them together, we'd have a great player. Um, but I've said on this pod a few times, I think that back to goal, Luke Norris is the best player we've had in years. To be honest, somebody that we need playing off him. More of a kind of a number 10 kind of striker, I think. Somebody that's got good movement in the box. Um, that's my kind of player. I mean, I grew up. My dad used to bore on about Keegan and Toshak, the big man, little man combination. I still think that is there's a lot to be said for that in especially in the lower leagues. Um, a big ball winning player, and a smaller, nippier player running off him. As I say, if he could finish his dinner, that would be Harvey Saunders. But I mean, I'm not putting any money on him to even get double figures next season.